Imagine this. January 1945. The snow is thick on the ground in Holzheim, Belgium. First Sergeant Leonard Funk, a decorated paratrooper, is on a mission to clear the town of German soldiers. He kicks open the door to a house, expecting maybe a few enemy troops. Instead, he walks into a nightmare. Inside, 80, maybe 90 armed German soldiers are packed shoulder to shoulder. His own men, a small patrol of 4, are already on their knees, hands up, captured. The room is silent, except for the crackling of a fire. A German officer, face grim, steps forward and presses the cold steel of an MP-40 submachine gun right into Funk's stomach. He starts shouting orders in German, his voice sharp and menacing. Funk doesn't understand a word. He's just a guy from Braddock, Pennsylvania, not a linguist. He looks at the officer, at the gun in his gut, at his captured men, and then at the sea of enemy faces staring back at him. It's an impossible situation, a certain death sentence. And what does Leonard Funk do? He laughs. Not a nervous chuckle, but a full, genuine laugh. It's so unexpected, so completely absurd, that it throws everyone off. The German officer is stunned. His men look at each other, confused. Who is this crazy American who laughs in the face of death? They think he's lost his mind. They lower their weapons just for a second, their discipline broken by sheer disbelief. And that 1 second is all Leonard Funk needs. His smile vanishes. In a blur of motion, he unslings his own submachine gun, a Thompson, a Tommy gun, and opens fire. The room erupts in chaos. Muzzle flashes light up the dim interior as Funk methodically sweeps the room. He's not just spraying and praying. He's a professional soldier, a paratrooper from the elite 82nd Airborne Division. He's been through hell in Normandy and Operation Market Garden. This is what he was trained for. The Germans, caught completely by surprise, scramble for their weapons, but it's too late. Funk is a whirlwind of destruction. He's already emptied his first magazine. He drops it, slams in a fresh one, and continues firing without missing a beat. His 4 captured men, seeing their chance, dive for cover and grab discarded enemy weapons. The hunters have become the hunted. In less than a minute, it's over. The room is thick with smoke and the smell of cordite. When the dust settles, 21 German soldiers are dead, and many more are wounded. The rest, terrified and in shock, throw down their weapons and surrender. Leonard Funk, the man who laughed, has just single-handedly turned a catastrophic ambush into a stunning victory. This wasn't just a fluke. This was Leonard Funk. Before this incredible act of bravery, he was already a legend in the 508th Parachute Infantry Regiment. His men called him Napoleon because of his short stature, but his courage was gigantic. During the D-Day landings in Normandy, he led his men through intense fighting, earning the Distinguished Service Cross, the nation's second-highest award for valor. He was wounded in action, but refused to be evacuated, choosing to stay and fight alongside his soldiers. Then, during Operation Market Garden in the Netherlands, he led a bayonet charge against 3 German machine gun nests, single-handedly destroying one of them. For that, he earned the Silver Star. So when he walked into that house in Holzheim, he wasn't just any soldier. He was a seasoned combat veteran, a leader who had proven his mettle time and time again. The action in that house was the culmination of all his experience, his grit, and his refusal to ever give up. For what he did that day, First Sergeant Leonard Funk was awarded the Medal of Honor, the United States' highest military decoration. The official citation for his Medal of Honor reads like something out of a Hollywood movie. It describes how he dashed forward and, in the face of overwhelming numbers, emptied his submachine gun into the enemy. It talks about his unflinching courage and brilliant leadership that not only saved his men, but also resulted in the capture of a large enemy force. But the citation leaves out the most human, most incredible part of the story. The laugh. It was that laugh, that moment of pure, audacious defiance, that was his greatest weapon. It was a psychological blow that shattered the enemy's composure and gave him the split second he needed to change history. After the war, Leonard Funk returned home to Pennsylvania, a quiet hero. He rarely spoke of his wartime experiences. Like many of the greatest generation, he saw what he did as simply his duty. He worked a job at the Veterans Administration and lived a normal life. But the story of what happened in that Belgian house lived on, passed down by the men who witnessed it. It's a testament to the idea that sometimes in the darkest of moments, the most unexpected action can lead to the most extraordinary outcome. It shows that courage isn't just about fighting. It's about thinking on your feet, using every tool at your disposal, even a simple, disarming laugh. Think about the sheer mental fortitude it takes to do what he did. Most people would freeze. The flight or fight response would kick in, and for many, flight wouldn't even be an option. But Funk had a third option: baffle them. He processed the entire situation in an instant: the enemy numbers, the position of his men, the weapon in his stomach, and concluded that a conventional response was futile. His unconventional response was a stroke of genius born from instinct and experience. He didn't just save his own life and the lives of his men. He demonstrated a level of battlefield psychology that generals study. The story of Leonard Funk is more than just a war story. It's a lesson in courage, ingenuity, and the power of the human spirit to triumph against impossible odds. It reminds us that heroes aren't always the biggest or the strongest. Sometimes they're the ones who can find a reason to laugh when everyone else would cry. He passed away in 1992 and is buried at Arlington National Cemetery, a final resting place for one of America's greatest heroes. His legacy is not just in the medals he wore, but in the incredible story of the day he laughed in the face of death and won. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this story as incredible as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more tales of remarkable courage. Let me know in the comments what you think about Leonard Funk's audacious move. See you in the next one.